Hello.
Welcome back to the watch.
I forced them to do it.
You thought there was a sound issue. There wasn't. Or maybe there is. We just don't know it yet. Let us know in the chat.
Yeah, there might actually be one.
Oh, I enjoy these live streams. It's good to be back. How is everyone? How are you guys?
We're good.
Tired.
Yeah, you know
Tired.
what?
We're all tired.
I just want to test something.
Okay.
Okay, I think we're good.
I think I got this time.
I think we're safe for this stream.
I want to be able to press the button because then I can fake it and just go like a. Someone press it. Ready?
Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that.
And you don't know.
You don't know.
No one will ever know that I said I secretly liked. I can't think of anything.
I don't want to say.
I was going to say Rings of Power, but I like no. That's I cannot bring myself to even in jest say something positive about Rings of Power. Oh, it's so bad.
Oh, but how's everybody doing? How's everybody in the chat? We've got slow mode on for you guys today, so hopefully, Oz is in.
It's not too slow.
Hey,
Oz.
Nathan is talking. It's
Nice
good to see you,
dig.
Oz. Thanks for joining us, man.
Oz, I'll come round Monday or Wednesday. I won't
Put
be
it in your calendar this time.
Yeah, I won't be able to come round tonight. Sorry. I'll message you later. I was going to message you, but I'm like,
Look at this ways of communication.
I'll just tell you.
We'll go live on
We'll go
YouTube.
on a full live stream to get a message.
Well, I was supposed to go see him tonight, but I was like, no, I'll see you next week. He's there. It's all good. Done.
So, as we always do on these nightly news, important local news happening. Tyranth,
What?
you have interesting sleep patterns.
Oh, yeah. What is it? Daylight savings has destroyed me, so I'm just exhausted all the time now. Yeah. That's not really news, but okay. What about you, Nathan?
Important local news. We always got to share the local news.
Actually, one thing I am doing that I can, shield myself a little bit. I'm doing a collab with a bunch of other game dev YouTubers, and we did a game jam with a medieval art assets. We made games with they're like low poly, but it's a cool little thing. I made
medieval.
I made a little VR game where you can roam around the castle and
Is it accurate?
I looked at it. It
So-
isn't terrible. It's not bad.
It sounds like I'm jesting, but I actually did get not triggered, but I have to see if this is So Brandon Sanderson, he has his secret book series. Where's we've got one of the secret books on display now, which is
Do we?
Oh, is it? Wait, I don't know where it is. It's one of his new books. Here it is, Chess in the Emerald Sea. So we got the hardcover for that. But he has another because he did secret books and launched them, and love Brandon. He's a great guy. And he launched one that's something guide to the wizard but in medieval London. I was like, what? Hang on, Brandon's doing a period book in medieval times? Brandon, I mean,
Better do it right. Yeah.
okay. There is a new standard I have for this. Hey, that looks awesome. Who did that art asset?
So this is so the way it works is we've been sponsored by this company that does these art assets.
Because that looks
And
gorgeous.
we're all going to make our own game using the art kit.
That is gorgeous.
And so that's the castle.
Okay. That's passing.
It's a fantasy kingdom, but
Yeah. Okay. See this tower off to the side here? Yep, that one right there. Look, it has some large windows, a bit too low. You can have large windows, but usually higher up. But on the other castle, see how it has these large windows? They're a bit higher up, and you can even see that they're past some of the battlements on the lower end. See how if you go down here, there's some battlements there, right? Showing that the battlements kind of on the lower end, which work really well. I like a lot of about that castle.
some of the housings you have closer around.
That looks cool.
And this is interior.
I like it.
So, yeah, look, it wasn't bad. I didn't see anything. So if I saw something, it would be terrible. But we're using this, and I think it's coming out the 27th. So all our games come together. We do a little game jam thingy.
Didn't you say you had to edit it last night?
I did, but it's going on someone else's channel.
But did you edit it last night?
I did edit it last
For context, we had a massive day yesterday.
night. Yeah,
where it was,
and I also did edit the video last night.
You did do it?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
did. I'm very proud of myself, but
So editing at work and you go home.
and then I
and
edited
you
more.
edited it. So we had a bit of an announcement on Shadiversity last night, mentioning that something weird is happening with the Shadiversity live streams to the point that we need to put them into unlisted. Now, a lot of the feedback, and I appreciate everyone, trying to think of, well, what can we do to help? And they mentioned that a lot of other YouTubers do put them into unlisted, right? And I've been aware that, like, the views on live streams usually are a lot less than main content. And that's kind of my understanding why a lot of YouTubers put them on unlisted, just so it doesn't mess with algorithms and stuff like that. I've never seen, and maybe just because other YouTubers haven't shared it, but I actually have never seen other YouTubers show what's been happening on Shadiversity live streams, which is, it seems like they're not getting recommended to new viewers at all, and they're only having a net subscriber loss. I've never seen something like that. And the big issue with the Shadiversity live streams was happening. Because here on Night's Watch, our live streams, that doesn't happen. No. We get subscriber growth, it gets shown to new viewers, and they do usually get less views. Our live streams here get less views than our main videos, but because they're still building to grow the channel, it's perfectly fine. And I think we can take the hit, even if it does affect search and discoverability of other videos. I don't think it's that much. And if you do it enough, it seems like you can push through that kind of, I don't know, if live streams get less views and everything, to the point where it can kind of go the other way and the live stream becomes, more main content on the channel. Kind of like what's happened with Friday Night Tights and Nerdrotic. A lot of his live streams do just as well as his main content.
But that's the exception to the rule. That's not the rule. It's either usually like live streamers who are actually that sort of stuff, who have live stream videos who also do really well. It's very rare for YouTubers who also live stream for their live streams to do as well as videos. That's not a common thing.
Yeah. But I think we're that's what we want to push here on Night's Watch, because I think there's potential for that. Our live streams, we just have a lot of fun. We love interacting with you guys. And it doesn't seem YouTube is kind of, I don't know, deranking them weirdly like they are on Shadiversity. And then Shadiversity's issues seem to have compounded because they, barely any, there were live streams, not a single, new subscriber on them after a week. That's bonkers.
We're not going to be stopping doing live streams on Shadiversity because we enjoy them. We enjoy doing them. We enjoy hanging out. We enjoy interacting in the chat, same as we do here. So we're still going to do them. We're just going to unlist them, and then they're going to be for members only and YouTube members, all that sort of stuff. So you'll be able to watch them afterwards if you can't catch them live. But we're also going to make an effort to try and schedule them at least a couple of days beforehand. So you'll get plenty of notice if you want to watch it live.
And other local news for me. Last night I had a pretty good sleep. I don't usually get good sleeps, but last night I did. Sorry, I'm getting confused. The night before last night, because last night was just this night past.
Yeah, the night before then.
Language is just language. And what else have I been doing? I've been watching The Office.
That's good.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not take you over. Oh, okay. I was expecting Stargate or, Megamind.
Well, I've also been watching, of course, Picard Season 3 and Mandal. Oh, I've heard that. I haven't watched the finale yet.
I
did. I watched it last night.
I haven't watched it yet. Nathan's giving me spoilers.
But yeah, he knows everything that happened.
So it's all about execution.
Spoiler alert, not much happens.
It's all about execution.
It's basically the season summary of...
They fight out of the problem they were in the last episode, and then, yay, we're here. Is that my...
And it was a 25-minute episode, right?
Well, yeah, if you
For a finale.
If you exclude all the...
Yeah.
They could have just joined it onto the last episode and made it an hour-long episode, and you would have... I think it would have actually felt more, because more stuff happened in the previous one than this one.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. They are so cheap and they don't know what they're doing at Disney.
No.
Oh, my gosh. All righty. So that is local news. We'll move into the nightly news. And I have a bit of news to begin with.
Okay.
Have you heard? Guys, have you heard? Have you heard? I'm wondering if we have the books around. Are the books here?
I don't know what we're looking for.
I bet the books are in the... Yeah, they'll be inside. Guys, there is a TV series reboot of a very, very beloved franchise.
All right, I was expecting him to just drop some bombshell on us as well. So that's much better.
Like, can you guess? It's a big franchise. It's based on a book.
A book.
A book series, in fact.
Big franchise.
All right.
That we haven't already.
I know there's so many happening. There's not much to go off. All right. Let's see if I can guide you with a couple of single word prompts. Okay, so
it's a challenge show now.
So it's a challenge, and let's see if you guys can pick it out. Even though the chat's a bit delayed, unfortunately, so you might get it before these guys, but because of the delay, we won't see that. But okay, let's see if you first clue: sparkles.
Twilight.
Oh, you got it! You got it right out of the gate. They are going to do a reboot TV series of Twilight.
Didn't you say beloved? Didn't you say beloved?
Absolutely beloved.
I mean, this is Shad, remember?
Beloved, remembered.
I would not put it that way.
Everyone loves Twilight.
Right, okay. Yeah.
For different reasons, sure.
For different reasons.
Some people like it for, the pecs.
Important question, guys. Team Edward or team, I forget.
Jacob.
You remember this name, but you're a fan, Nathan.
No, I'm not. Growing up, it was either bedtime or watch Twilight with my sister and eat ice cream.
Really?
As a young, when you're like, do I want to stay up late and eat junk food and have to watch a crappy movie, or go to bed?
I think I only watched maybe one of those films out of all of them, because I'm a man. Why would I watch sparkly vampires?
Oh, there are some great masculine, enjoyable things in Twilight. I not only have watched all the films.
Have you read all the books?
I've read all the books, baby.
Why can I see the premiere with a Twilight Team Edward t-shirt?
First of all, the reason why I'm married.
Yes, we can.
Yeah,
okay.
See, you instantly understand. What?
Nate and Tyranth is a better love story than Twilight.
Okay, you got to be careful because we call Nathan here Nate Dog.
I reckon
behind the scenes.
No,
we call him Nate
Dog.
Dog. So you got to be.
I'm
Which
not a
Nate are you
rapper.
talking about?
Like Jacob Dog. Because he turns into a wolf. Get it?
You started this. You're the one who said you're a fan.
So.
No, I didn't. Shad said I was a fan because I watched. Oh.
I mean, I have so many questions. Okay, because who are they going to cast to play Edward? And will he be able to do a better job than
Yes.
What's his name?
What? Robert Pattinson.
He's a good actor, Robert Pattinson.
I'm not thinking
been
about
out,
Edward. I'm thinking about, was it Bella?
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of, what is it, Kristen Stewart?
Yeah.
Something.
She always seems moody and depressed. I think you could get a better Bella. Look at that alliteration there. But Edward, I reckon Edward would be hard to top. And then the guy that played Jacob, right? Look, you got to give him props. He went through a pretty significant physical transformation, right? You see him in the first movie, he's skinny, he's short, and then he comes out and is like, do you reckon he used, I don't know, some
Yes.
in help?
Yes.
You
Yes.
think he did?
Yeah.
Hey, a lot of people do in Hollywood,
All of them do.
Ate a lot of chicken.
It's one of those things there's people you'll look at and you'll think they're natural and they're not. It's very difficult to build natural muscle to the size of something like you would see in films.
And he was pretty young as well. There's so many creepy things around Twilight.
I don't want to talk about Twilight. We're talking about Twilight.
Edward's age, Bella's age. Then they made the whole there were so many thirsty older women in Twilight because of Edward and Jacob and stuff. And they with Jacob taking off his shirt and being all cut and everything, he was pretty young. How young was he? We might need to look this up. It was just.
Do I have to? Do I have to look how legal it is?
So Jacob age in Twilight 2, I think.
Twilight 2. It's probably the book.
I mean, hang on. They're saying 15 years old, but that's not the actor's age. And how old is Jacob in Breaking Dawn Part 2? Well, this is what
I'm guessing that's what the movie's
Yeah,
called.
these are. Yeah,
Oh, that's Breaking Dawn. Though.
Yeah.
That's
What's the difference? What am I
the
don't
different,
know.
The different books.
Oh,
Breaking Dawn
right.
is.
okay. So, as fun as it is to laugh and joke about this, I think we might be losing viewers. We might move on before people check out. It's like, what?
I'm checking out of the conversation. I'm sitting here.
Okay, next bit of important news.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't actually fully correct, though we kind of. Sorry, Mr. Bubbles. Last video launched last night. People are responding really well to it. It was a fun video. We shared that they are changing Mr. Bubbles' character to a woman,
Mm-hmm.
but it actually turns out they might be splitting the character into two.
Yes.
And there is a Are they going to call the other guy Mr. Bubbles still?
No, so apparently there is a child protection lady who is the one that we all thought was to be Mr. Bubbles.
Because she's doing the role of
Yeah.
Mr. Bubbles.
But apparently there's going to be Mr. Bubbles, the character, and then this child protection agency
What
lady.
is he doing then?
Maybe
Because that's the whole pretense of
maybe
being
they're just
there.
including another female representation for the child protection
Is it
agency.
too problematic to have a man be like as a
Probably.
child protection agent?
Like they always add like extra characters to a role that they feel like maybe wasn't diverse enough for a certain gender. Like they weren't inclusive enough, so they will add I'm trying to think what show it was, but they always like when there's like parents and maybe there's not like a mum in the picture, they'll just add a mum who's just there because they need a woman there. Because you can't have a single dad. Like apparently it's
So do we know who's being cast as Mr. Bubbles? I thought it was Shaq because I saw articles of that, but then you know how they do the thing like, oh, Shaq's going to be playing it, and then you go and click
no,
on it and they
you
go,
know,
none of this has been confirmed.
the perfect actor for Mr. Bubbles right now is like Terry Brooks. Is his last name Brooks? He's in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, I don't know if his last name's Bro.
Is it? We need to look at. What's his name? Chat. What's his name? Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Black guy, really ripped,
Terry Crews?
funny.
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews?
Yeah.
Why did I say Terry Brooks then? Why?
You see yourself in him.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we have a lot of similarities. Just, I was gonna.
You're both good at art.
Look, Terry Brooks. Sorry, Terry Crews. Bring it up. Like we just got to see a 1-to-1 comparison. All I'm saying is that when I see Terry Crews, I see myself.
I mean, hey.
Look, I mean, what can I get 1-to-1? Like, look at his face. Look at his face. I'm just saying, you know, there's a lot of similarity there. Yeah.
You want the same haircut as him?
Well, I think he has some facial hair. I have some facial hair.
You want to go here?
He is a human. I'm a human. You know, he lives on Earth. I live on Earth.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
He's a great actor. You're a great actor.
Yes, it's like we're twins. You know.
What do we get here, Nathan? Anything?
I'm trying to find out who the.
I don't think they've said it yet.
Man, the thing is though, like Mr. Bubbles as the child protection agent, right? Actually had a very kind of fatherly role. He was stern, but he was also right.
Yeah.
Like in a lot of ways.
Apparently, this is the actor to be Mr. Bubbles.
Are you kidding me?
He's very old.
Mr. Bubbles is supposed to be ripped. This guy's what? Really? No, really? Is this it? Is this they've already cast him?
Apparently, this is who has been cast.
All right. So this is the thing, right? You know how in the Lilo Stitch video we're talking about the key identifying features, right? Mr. Bubbles, it's his size, his knuckles, glasses, everything. I reckon you could have a more accurate, authentic Mr. Bubbles who was white and ripped than this guy, right? Like,
At this point, let's just get The Rock to play him. Might as well.
Honestly, I think The Rock would have been a much okay choice than everything else that has come out so far.
Yeah, that was just a quick little addendum to last night's video because apparently this is what's happening now. They're actually just splitting the character in two rather than it just being completely swapped, which I still don't understand why.
no,
'cause
I bet it's because they thought it's too problematic to have a male be the child protection agent.
But the problem is that was his character.
I know.
So splitting him in two
Yes.
makes his
Makes
what's his
no
character?
freaking
what's the character
sense.
going to do now?
Like, Disney's lost the plot. They don't
don't
know
worry.
what they're doing.
We got more Disney stuff.
I-
Don't worry.
Yeah, but you look at the Little Mermaid remake, everything that looks like complete dog crap, and you look at what they are releasing. But keep doing what you're doing, Disney, because you get what you deserve.
Apparently, they changed the song. Now, this isn't on the article. This isn't something to talk about. I just saw an article about this the other quarter. My vision was apparently they changed the song in The Little Mermaid, Kiss the Girl, to something a bit more. You know, Kiss the Girl is my favorite like Disney song ever.
Really?
With Sebastian. Go on and kiss the girl. Like,
that's a good tune.
It.
That's a good tune.
It.
I'm trying to think of my favorite Disney's. Oh, actually, Be Prepared. There is like Scar's song, you know.
Oh, right.
No,
yes.
is that the Be Prepared? And he has this thing like kiss of denial. It has this alliteration moment, and it has this building momentum.
Yeah.
It was friggin' great. It's like, what a great song.
There are a bunch that I love. Like, I love the Hercules Go the Distance.
That is
Michael
good.
Was it Michael
Yes.
Bolton? Like, there's so many good songs.
Disney used to be so good. Gosh. This is why we hate Disney so much, because of what they used to be, what they used to represent. Like truly good, wholesome family entertainment. And now it's like you have this awful, evil Disney, just the old corpse of Disney. They're taking advantage of it, and just it's like they have nothing sacred to them.
They also changed lyrics to Poor Unfortunate Souls regarding lines that might make young girls somehow feel like they shouldn't speak out of turn, even though Ursula clearly manipulates Ariel to give up her voice.
And people say they're just making changes because they want to improve and have a new artistic vision and everything. Like when you have statements like this from the creators that show like they admit it's for political correctness, it's for the woke agenda, it's all this like crap, right? And right here, you know, which is this whole thing, you know, we don't want to give the wrong impression. This is being wholly, guided from mainstream feminism, right?
It made sense. The song in the movie makes sense with what's happening.
In terms of like problematic, kissing without consent and everything, she's the one trying to get him to kiss her. She wants to get kissed. Like, but it's problematic. What? Like, the Kiss the Girl is essentially Ariel like they're singing for Ariel. But they're that brain dead that even that's like just kissing any girl, even when they're the one asking you to kiss her, that's problematic now, guys. We got to change it.
See what happens when I bring up just little random tangents.
I know. I'm very loud this stream. I'm just.
But why don't we get on to the actual topic now? Which one did you want to go with?
Well, we already did the research one. We can do look, let's keep going on with Disney.
Okay.
Let's keep going on. So apparently Disney lost a lot of money with Lightyear.
Yeah, I heard this.
Like, bro, I think it was over 100 million or something. Like, huge L.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And that's a big brand too. Like Lightyear is like, if you were to make a Woody movie and Lightyear movie, I feel like Lightyear would have come out on top.
Yeah.
Like Lightyear was like, again, good IP and brand to go with.
Lightyear had potential to actually be huge.
Yeah.
And they screwed it over for a lot of reasons. The marketing, the actual just quality of the film, but also the propaganda, okay? This is a family property, family film. You know it's targeted towards children, okay? And so you're going to upset a large portion of your audience by, making it towards a certain ideology, let's just say. And I don't even think it's that huge, but even small hints is enough for people's like, I know where you're going, I know where your agenda is, Disney, I'm not going to support you.
Well, the next sort of, I'm not going to say topic, but like it dovetails into it, is also Strange New Worlds, because they were around the same time.
Strange World. I don't know why we say Strange New Worlds. Like
because
whatever.
That's the Star Trek show, Strange New Worlds.
Okay.
With Captain Pike.
Right.
Strange World.
I care about that one more. And it's apparently it also bombed massively, which is also important. But apparently it's the lowest rated film for Disney Walt Studios animation in the last 30, 40 years.
Really?
They get apparently what they do is every time a movie comes out, they go and survey people and then they give them questions, blah, 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 and they give it a rating. And usually the lowest the Disney animation film would get was an A-. Strange Worlds got it was the first one in all of history of their animation stuff to get a B grade or something like that.
Which means it's probably an E and F, based on people being honest and not trying to pander to Disney.
Because the people who are going to see it are most likely the people who want to see it.
Yes.
So they're going to be more tipped to like it, even if it's bad.
Buzz Lightyear frustrates me because it had the potential to be really good. There was an animation, Buzz Lightyear of Space Command,
Good
which
stuff.
was fun. It was
Good
like
stuff.
It was a kiddie Disney animation thing. It actually had some fun humor in it, and it was lighthearted. And all you need to do, there's your template, live action that, great success. But no, they had this weird, bizarre story where Buzz Lightyear wasn't fun or interesting, and they're trying to say this was, what was it? The kids' Star Wars. It's this boring, bland. I feel like, really? Yeah. That's this Star Wars? Oh, gosh. And like some of the elements looked really cool. His spaceship looked really cool. You know, his outfit looked cool. They could have done some cool things. But nah.
And I like Zurg. Zurg is one of my favorites.
Really?
Especially in the Toy Story films. Yeah, Zurg was wicked. And then they make him his dad or himself or whatever. I can't remember what it was. Something that I was like, this is just stupid.
Yeah, I remember there was a whole bunch of time travel stuff, and I was
Yeah.
like, I'm checked out already. Because time travel,
It can be done right.
it has to be, but it has to be done right. As soon as it's like with Buzz Lightyear, how it felt very like just an excuse to go through plot exchanges. I didn't feel it was deserved.
Are people starting to get jaded with time travel?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I do not put time travel in things. Just don't put it in.
Weird. I've always, like, time travel's always been fun for me. Like, hey, time travel's these stories.
Because it's always used to ruin things. Don't. It's
Unless if like, I feel like the only ones that get away with it, especially Back to the Future, like ones
yes,
where it's
if
like
they're based on
it is like a time travel show. But like with Indy 5, with the whole time travel thing,
or Star Wars with the time travel thing, like every time. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, but
every
you're
time
right.
you add on these these time travel things, it's always to
Talking about Marvel,
Marvel what?
Endgame has time travel.
Yeah,
Yeah, but Star Wars, there's time travel in Star Wars.
yeah, in Rebels.
In Rebels, okay.
Yeah,
to save Ahsoka.
yeah. Because it's Star Wars.
Because she cannot die
Yeah.
at any cost.
Well, hang on. Maybe you would want to save Alderaan then, or
Do you understand?
yes, like,
Instantly
you
why
time travel
yeah.
to save someone.
Time travel to stop Anakin from turning to the dark side.
Wow, yeah, there's a lot of things you might want to do with that time travel then. Okay, I see your point, sir.
Yeah, it's always in the context of like, oh, we want something back from the future, from the past, but we don't want to really like, so we'll just add in time travel and then consequences be damned. Did you want to read a couple of these?
Yeah, I saw an important super chat. Like, this is from Michael Dunayev. He said, thank you for the $20. Do you have any plans to do any more season finale watch-alongs like you did with Wheel of Time? That was a lot of fun. Also, I discovered Bundaberg because of this channel, and now no one drinks it. Huh?
We don't drink it.
Oh, now we drink it. What gives? Cheers.
Give me a second.
All right, we might remedy that. We actually didn't do a watch along. We just did a live stream pretty soon after. The live
So
stream
Wheel of
review.
Time, I remember we reviewed each episode that came out, but
Yeah.
then the finale was a live stream.
Live streamed
I think maybe watch along as in just like we'll watch it and then
Yeah,
live
yeah.
stream it straight away. We haven't done that in a while.
Bundaberg. This one's creaming soda Bundaberg.
It's delicious.
Yeah, I'll drink it. Don't worry.
And we will most definitely be looking very closely at Wheel of Time, don't you worry. And I'm half tempted to try and reach out to some other YouTubers that are invested in this to see if they just want to do a live stream together review after the episodes. So Gary Nerdrotic, he did like a live stream review of House of the Dragon with me and Mauler after each episode. So kind of like that, but with people, invested in Wheel of Time that want to discuss it. That could be a lot of fun. So yeah, we'll be there. We'll be there. Alrighty. So we were just talking about
Disney taking a whole bunch of
Disney.
L's. Yeah.
and losing heaps of money.
So let's go to another Disney L.
Okay.
What is it?
Marvels.
The Marvels is apparently the most disliked Disney Marvel trailer ever.
I love it. It's so great. This is wonderful. Disney, just keep doing what you're doing. I mean, the sequel to Captain Marvel will be so great, guys, because it made so much money sandwiched between two of the biggest movies ever. So the sequel, everyone loved it. They love Captain Marvel, popular character.
I love how people are talking about this in terms of the actual articles that are coming out at the moment. Because one that I read about the Marvels, the end line was, the Marvels will do great because Captain Marvel did well, and the only reason it'll do bad is because if men who hate women in their comic books won't go and see it. And that article was from GQ.
Oh my GQ! Wow. Look at that like to dislike ratio. Oh my gosh! And like people saying, you know, guys that don't like women in their comic books. All right, yeah, let me get a couple of comic books then. You know, like. Oh, look at this Spider Woman. Is that a comic book with a woman in it? Shock, horror. But guys, we clearly don't like, you know, women in our comic books. These guys,
Or in our games.
You know,
I'm pretty sure. Don't you play a female character in every game, Shad?
yeah, basically, if it's got character creation. I mean, I do like I happily admit, looking at a female protagonist is a lot more pleasant than looking at sweaty man butt.
Okay.
What, you disagree?
I find it weird. I find it weird when dudes play women in games.
Why?
It's because the character you see in a game, hopefully you guys agree with me, is supposed to be an avatar of yourself.
You're
wrong. You want to put yourself into the story to play the game.
Not at all. Not at all. Like yourself, come on.
Nathan, what do you think?
I'm breaking my comic books.
I'm on your side with I play myself. I find it weird to play
You have
women.
it here. They like to play with themselves.
We're going to put up a poll
If you
so common sense and sanity can prevail.
Oh! Look at this. Another female comic book. This one actually is tremendous art.
Yeah, look at the fashion, yeah?
Aphrodite. Aphrodite Moon. And then, look at this. She-Hulk. But we hate the women's in the comic books, don't we, guys? Oh, these people. They just reach for, you know, any type of slander to try and justify their crap failing. So what's the poll?
right now it's at 54% no, so on your side.
But
people are wanting an options, like it depends. Because
well.
people are also saying like it depends on the game.
We're talking about games where you can create your own character.
Yeah.
Yes. We're not talking about games where you're forced to play as...
Why is that different? Like when you're playing Tomb Raider versus you make a female protagonist for your RPG or something.
Because I can't choose when I play Tomb Raider.
Yeah, but is it as weird for you playing the Tomb Raider?
Yeah, but that's just me personally. No, I mean, like, I know other people won't agree with that. That's fine. But me personally, yeah, I'm not...
Okay.
Yeah, because I like to play myself in a game. Sure. Sure, if that's how you want to...
I'm joking, Tyranth.
A lot of chat is saying that it depends. Also, they have different reasons to Shad. And I'm curious to know what those reasons are. If it isn't sweaty man butt, like, what's the reason?
Actually, moving on.
We'll try again next week. We'll do a different poll and I'll add in the it depends option as well.
So the cope for the Marvels is just hilarious.
Well, I'm loving it because the justification is, because it made $1 billion for Captain Marvel. It's like, wow. Okay, if you want to say that the Marvels is going to do fantastic because of that, go for it. Because I'm going to love to see the box office numbers when this comes out.
And one of the, so many people just hated Captain Marvel. She was a vile character, right? But they didn't really know that going in, you know? It was back in the day where there was, you know, lots of, hey, Marvel's doing great, so I'm going to go and check it out and everything like that. Now, so many people have been basically red-pilled on Marvel. We know what you're doing. It's complete crap now. And we never like this character because we've seen her before and she's awful. And so, yeah, the Marvels.
It'll still probably do like 400 or 500 million. It'll do something like fine, but it's not going to do $1 billion.
I think it might do under 400.
I mean, hey, if it does, I'm not going to cry about it, but I think it'll do reasonable, but it's not going to do Captain Marvel numbers. I highly doubt
how much
that.
did Quantum Media make? Because I feel like it might even make less than that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like everyone going to the Marvels is going to be someone who liked Captain Marvel and Ms. Marvel, and so it's a very small minority.
Sorry, I'm 100% with Shad on this. I'm not playing myself. I'm playing the game's protagonist.
That's from Ost San for $5.
But what if you can choose?
Yeah, what if it's like a Dark Souls game
Because is the
or
thing,
Elden
right?
Ring? Like
If
you're
that was
making
the
your own
choice between
character. You
Lara
are the
Croft-
character.
But he's not choosing. But we can infer from his super chat there that he wouldn't choose to play himself, even if he has the options. He will make a character that is going to look as the game's protagonist. And with that separation, then yeah, male, female, because like I do actually play, male characters.
You do?
Yeah, I do, and I play with men, and and I will make some, male protagonists in character creation, not as often, but yeah,
Because in D&D...
I'm just saying, sometimes you like to experiment, and
Sorry.
Because in D&D, you play male characters,
I do.
yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
the first person, I have played female characters as role playing, but voicing it,
So you
like when you actually, because here's a great example, because in video games there is a separation. It doesn't feel like yourself, but with role playing, you have to literally take on the role, and you're playing it yourself, and there's not that separation, and then it does feel a little weird.
So what about LARP?
LARP?
You want to experiment with LARP?
No, see, the same thing with role-playing games. In fact, LARP would be more imposing on. But again, video games, separation. I don't see myself as the character. I see myself watching a cool character do cool things like I'm watching a movie. And I don't imprint myself onto the video games.
I play the game as myself through my...
Yeah, I can see that
character's
perspective.
Yeah, it's a very common one.
Yeah.
You would almost say...
Hang on. My one is common as well. What, you think everyone playing Tomb Raider is seeing themselves as Lara Croft? No, of course not.
I don't want to be too inflammatory. So I have very, very strong opinions on this. We'll leave it at that.
Was there anything else about the Captain Marvel trailer? It was huge. Everyone's hating it. Yeah. It's going to bomb most likely. And there's other things to kind of say, perhaps comment on around it, right? So for people who are not massive Marvel stans, who watch everything, right? They would have watched this trailer and wondered, who the hell is Monica Rambeau? Who the hell is this young girl going... Do you remember, like, you in the trailer, where she gets... Her screaming and crying was wow. I was like, whew. Oh, it's a credit to the actress. I think she has range, and that range was probably a little too far to be, pleasant and considered charming, because it was range.
Sorry, somebody said I don't want to get fired. Shad, it's weird to play a woman when you're a man. I don't care. I'll get inflammatory with the audience on it.
See, it's not.
It's weird.
It is not. It's weird to see yourself as the man in the video game all the time, and you just enjoy looking at the man butt.
Sorry, it just leads to so many spicy conversations.
Okay, what were we talking? Oh yeah, the actresses, right? No one knows who Miss Marvel is. Most people don't, and most people don't know who Monica Rambeau is and stuff. And so they'll be watching the trailer like, who? What? It's not going to draw them in.
Yeah.
Like, Miss Marvel bombed massively, right? And
especially at a time when the larger characters aren't even drawing in as much. These sort of lower tier characters, it doesn't look good.
Ant-Man bombed. Thor did really badly, and they've just been ruining the main characters again and again.
Like, I don't like Ant-Man, but I like Ant-Man more than Captain Marvel.
Yes! Like, she is a loathsome, unlikable character, which annoys me, because Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel of the comic books, she actually, wasn't too bad. In fact, she was hot. All right? No, Fashion. You should check out her fashion. Like the old because Miss Marvel, it's complicated. Captain Marvel used to be Miss Marvel, and there's also Warbird and stuff like that. Yeah.
When they had Captain Marvel for DC, remember before it became Shazam, what was it at the time for, what did Marvel have? Did they also have a Captain Marvel at the time?
Yeah. So the rights kind of lapsed on Captain Marvel
for DC.
For DC, and so Marvel then took the opportunity to launch their own Captain Marvel. And then when they wanted to remake or keep making Captain Marvel, they couldn't use the name, and so they had to call it Shazam. Yeah. But his name kept being Captain Marvel in the comic book. The name of the comic book was Shazam, and now they've just caved and just we'll just call him Shazam.
Because every time I think of Captain Marvel, I think of Shazam. So, yeah.
See, I think of classic Captain Marvel with the cape, the dude, Captain Marvel. Yeah. And when I think of Captain Marvel from Marvel, I think of Miss Marvel. She was always Miss Marvel, not Captain Marvel for me, at least.
But I think that's all for that at the moment, at least. When does it come out? When does it actually release?
I don't know.
We're not watching it, right? We don't
We totally are. We watch it so you don't have to. This is our sacrifice.
I genuinely don't think there's any movies for the rest of the year that are going to be good. I think we've got Flash coming up. We've got Indiana Jones. We've
Little Mermaid.
Are we watching that?
Oh yeah. Barbie. Yes.
Sorry, Shad, I got Shadiversity stuff to work on.
So I'm gonna get a call. Someone's sick all of a sudden.
It comes out in November.
Shad, I need a mental health day, actually.
Yeah, in November. So thank goodness it's a while away.
Oh, Mission Impossible 7, is that coming out? And Dune 2? Okay, well, all right.
Dune 2 could be good.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am excited for that.
Yeah.
I like the first one. I like the older movies as well. I like all the Dune movies, actually. So I am...
You just like all Dune? You like Desert Planets, Tyranth?
No, I hate them, actually. I'm sick of seeing, Tatooine. I'm sick of seeing Tatooine everywhere.
But then they're rebranded to different planets.
It's no front Tatooine, this, out of the place planet on the outer rim that no one ever visits, that everyone is now visiting. Gosh.
Yeah, but Dune actually is not bad.
Like, Mando, I need a new ship. Which planet has lots of resources and access to lots of different parts to make ships that is accessible around? I know, Tatooine!
Well, it is a junker planet. I mean, hey.
They would not have access to nearly as many ship parts as like...
But is it not fun going to the tip and just looking at all the rubbish? It's fun.
It is, but imagine the tips on Coruscant. All the traffic it gets through there. Like...
Fair point.
Yeah, who's buying ships? You just go there and put them together and... They're flipping scrapping Star Destroyers for just throwing out the parts.
All right, true. Yeah.
Like,
okay, fair point.
Thank you.
Actually, someone did mention as well, a good movie I saw recently was Tetris. You guys know about that?
I've heard that it's good,
Yeah.
and it looks good too.
It's a Apple original, and it's about how they got the rights for Tetris because it was a Russian game.
Oh, is it like a documentary type?
Yeah, it's like
it's almost like a thriller because Russia's crazy.
It was during like Iron Curtain times, and a publisher goes over there to like get rights for Game Boy, and they're like, we didn't sell the rights to those people to do that thing. So it's like, it gets pretty intense. Like, at the end that they get the rights for it because the game exists. But like, what happens to the people? And like, it's actually really interesting because especially with John Wick, I feel like they left out lots of Russian stuff in that movie.
It did feel
this one is a lot more Russian focused and actually talks about like the hardships those people went through during that time. Like the programmer who made the game's just like, yeah, my dad's not here anymore because of what they did to him. And
so during like Cold War period and stuff like that.
So yeah, it was a good movie. You should watch it.
Have you watched it?
I've watched it, yeah.
Yeah, I might give that a look.
You asked it like none of us have seen it.
No, I asked you guys if you'd seen it because I had seen it.
Yeah, I'll probably give that a look. It looks good. I've heard a good report from it.
Yeah.
I got to start watching Clarkson's Farm. I watched some clips for it,
so
and I'm like, yep, I want to watch it. I want to watch
Clarkson's Farm is just hilarious. It's probably one of the best shows on TV. And not only that, it's an important show. It actually shows... It's so refreshing where it doesn't show like city people or people that are terminally online, stuff like that. It shows down to earth, good work, like hard workers, right? The actual people in society that I feel should be elevated and celebrated for what they do because they feed the world, right? And they're constantly disregarded and looked down upon and stuff. And you see the difficulties they have to deal, especially with government and regulation and the bull crap and stuff. And similar stuff like this happens in Australia, especially dealing with councils and things. It's insane. And Clarkson's Farm sheds a light on it in a really humorous way, humanizing all the people in it. It's hugely entertaining. And so this is top tier media for actually being wholesome, good, and giving credit to where the people that deserve it.
you know, if Shadowverse doesn't work out, we can all just become farmers.
On
We've
the
got the
Shadlands,
We'll just become
I'm
farmers.
tempted.
I'm legit
Shad's farm.
happy to be a cameraman for that and just watch you go on tractors and Darren's be like, oh no. And they're just like, what is he saying?
Who's going to have the accent of that? But we got to do the Australian accent. We got to go down. Thanks, mate.
Oi, nah, mate. That's not how you do it.
Someone's on smoker.
I just love that. And it's just continually funny. And my wife isn't watching it. She thought it didn't look interesting, so I've just been watching it and she catches it. And even the last time where she was catching some of it, she couldn't help but laugh out loud. And it was the guy when he starts just talking to him. I've got a machine, and Sherry's just head-faced. Oh, it's so funny. Yeah. Clarkson's Farm, highly recommend.
So it's good to there's still good media out there we can enjoy and have fun with.
Let us know, guys. Do you want us to become farmers or not? Well, we'll just
So farmers, yeah.
We literally have the Shadlands channel for that content because we want to do homesteading on the Shadlands.
Yeah.
And the reason why we don't have the money to keep going with it, like it costs money to, especially farmsteading and property development and things. But literally, like you guys say, we'd love to make that content.
Yeah.
The Shadlands is the YouTube channel for that, and we've already had some content we've made in that direction. But that's why we need your support. If you want us to be able to expand and make more content, keep making content here. Everyone who's watching us, genuinely, any way you can support us, $1 to $5. Player, used to be called Utreon, is the best. Subscribe star, channel memberships. You can be a knight of the Night's Watch, and you get like the badges, the thing. You can be a channel member here or on Patreon as well.
We also launched the official Shadow of the Conqueror tee last night.
T-shirt.
Yes, a t-shirt. Did you want to show it up?
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
give
now
me a
pick
second
that
to
up
find it.
on Teespring. We'll put the link in the chat or whatever. We're thinking of moving to a different t-shirt manufacturer, but there's a couple of little kinks at the moment. So we're just going to be using Teespring for the moment. But when everything's all sorted out, we'll be hopefully getting to a better company.
Yeah. And so I would love to keep making Shadlands content and expand and keep, working on the property and stuff. But as people know, like revenue's been down, and only thanks to the supporters have we been able to bring that back. But it doesn't mean we're in a position to expand. We would love to be able to bring some people more regularly, full time, get another person on board editing, and that would just open up the options. But to do something like that, we would need like an extra 2,000 supporters almost, and to be not reliant on ad revenue, which is the ultimate goal. We would need almost like 5-6 times. We need almost 10,000 supporters to be able to be self-sufficient, unreliant on ad revenue. That's what we're pushing for. And so, genuinely, guys, even if it's just $1 a month, right? It helps more than you understand. Look at this cool shirt. Look at a cool shirt.
That one's hand done by me. Don't worry.
But think about it, right? Even if everyone watching the live stream, our regular viewers, could donate $1 a month, and that's $12 a year, okay? If everyone collectively does that, wow. Genuinely. And so you might think $1 is just a drop in the bucket. That collectively, that would help out tremendously. And so anyone who's able to help out in any way, truly, that's amazing. And thank you to everyone. I can't thank you. I'm trying.
And we have content coming for people who are supporting us on all those different platforms. We actually did, that's not finished yet, the behind the scenes video we shot. It's like 20 minutes. So it's like a full video. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that'll be coming out probably like next week or something like that. Is Kramer going to be in more videos? Kramer with a K. Yeah, he is.
Oh, yeah.
We just have so many videos. It's hard to get them in, but he's working on videos, don't worry. And he's going to be integrated more with the team as well.
Yes.
So it'll feel more like he's a part of the team, not where just, hey, do this for us. No, like he'll be a part of videos going forward. Yeah.
All righty. So what's next? What's next on the nightly news?
So there was some stuff with One Piece. And someone came out and said that there was a test screening and that it was awful, the CGI is terrible, and the story is a mess. And then the showrunners came out on Twitter and said, not true.
So basically,
because they're so reliable. The showrunners are known for always being honest and upfront about the projects they're working on.
that's what I said. It's basically just a he said, she said. Now, look, all right. So I need to know, are you guys One Piece fans?
I am a One Piece appreciator. I couldn't call myself a fan. I haven't dived into the One Piece rabbit hole yet. There's a lot of it there. I've watched the first couple of episodes, and only just a couple of the anime.
Yeah.
But that's about where I'm at.
Nathan?
I watched it growing up. It was on TV, so I watched it. And I've tried to start it again a few times as an adult, but just timing things, you know.
I'm not that big of a fan of it. Like, I don't dislike it. I don't actively. It's just, it is very ridiculous. It is very super long. We're talking, I think it's like 1,100, 1,200 episodes at this point. It's crazy long. The story is, you know, and so when I hear these rumors, which they're rumors, sure, they do sound accurate. Because if you tried to introduce someone who's never seen One Piece to One Piece, they are the complaints you would expect. The story is nonsensical. The CGI is terrible because, like, you have people who look crazy. They look all very different. People, you know, robotic.
Well, I mean,
and it's like,
Luffy's powers in particular are
Stretchy
very
powers,
hard
yeah.
to pull off that look realistic. Like we saw the attempts they did in like Fantastic Four with stretchy powers and everything. They always struggle with that one. And by the way, I mentioned, I forget where, it's on one of the streams, that stretchy powers is a lame power. I still stand by that, but there are people who do it better than others. And Luffy's application of the stretchy powers are more direct and combative and stuff than the goofy stuff you see like Mr. Plastic do in DC Comics and stuff. And so, yeah, Luffy is a good example of someone who's working better with the power. I still stand by it. It's not a cool power, but, you know, it suits Luffy. I agree with that. And he uses it a cooler way.
and one of the rumors was that the story felt uneven. Like some parts are really playful and then some are really serious, which is accurate to like the anime, because that's usually how anime it is. It's kind of uneven. When you do that in like a live action setting, it's a little bit different, because if one person's so happy and then they're angry or serious the next second, it does become a bit jarring. So in terms of the rumors, I'm tilting more to believe them for people who don't know anything about One Piece.
I mean, I'm just tilting more to distrust the showrunners in no matter what they say. Like, you know, what is that thing where, you know, I have audited myself and found that I am completely faultless. So, like, yeah, they're going to be honest. What, you think I'll come out as like the show that I worked on, that my creative talent behind is complete dog crap?
People hated it.
Yeah.
They're not going to say that. Of course they're not going to say that. It's like us coming out and saying, the next Shadiversity video is terrible. We're not going to say that.
Well, actually, there are times when there are videos we make that we just say, not happy with it, scrap it completely. It's like, happened more than once. It happens regularly. Like, so we are very self-critical on our own stuff.
Yeah. I'm not going to say anything because I am. But yeah, One Piece, it's something that I hope is good. I hope the One Piece fans like it, but it is something that normies, like people who are uninterested in One Piece, I have a hard time believing that it's going to catch on.
And it's a Netflix anime adaptation. Like, they have such a great track record. I have no hope for it. I think it's worth giving it a look, maybe the first couple of episodes, and we'll do a review or something. It'll be worthwhile doing that.
Yeah.
Someone says Berserk. Like, that's not getting a live action adaptation, is it?
No.
I certainly haven't heard that. Maybe they're just saying they want to see Berserk.
Yeah.
Not in the modern day. not from Netflix.
Right.
And like, Berserk, like, imagine an authentic live action adaptation of Berserk.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't read the manga, but I've heard stories. Stories.
There's some wild stuff in there.
Wild! Oh, Berserk! Like, I reckon if they did a live action authentic adaptation of Berserk, that would break, I don't know, so many people's brains for just, wow.
Berserk should not be live action. I mean, I agree with that. There are just some animes that, no matter how you try to adapt them, they're just going to lose something because of the medium that they're being used in.
I kind of agree. I don't want to, but I have to, because my point of reference is Invincible.
Right.
Okay. And specifically, the Invincible animation, I loved. It is so graphically violent. If that was live action, the violence in it, the graphic gore in it, is just like too much. It would be like one of those films where it's just like
The Boys does graphic violence exactly the same with superheroes. They can adapt Invincible. I want to see it.
you want to see that
Yes.
Invincible
Yes.
has more graphic violence
Yes.
than The Boys.
Yes, I want to see it, Shad.
Dude,
I
like,
want to see it.
no, it would be a gore fest. It would be gosh.
Well, it's
And
not
I
just-
love Invincible.
It's not just gore. There's other stuff in there. There's other stuff in there. So all in all, I want to see Invincible in live action. I
So
think it'll
why
be great.
not Berserk then?
I think it's the art style of the manga, how it's very beautiful and very complex. I feel like any time you would try and adapt that into live action, it wouldn't do it justice, along with all of the story elements that are a bit too much.
I don't know. See, I don't think the art style would be the thing that would stop it. That's the
every
part I would enjoy seeing.
But every time you see Berserk, every time you think of Berserk, you look at the art style, and it is just something special, basically.
Alrighty then. What's the next item of news, Sir Nathan?
What was our final thing
Our
is
final bit of news.
Mando season 3 finale was last night. You haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
You have had it
Spoiled.
told to you.
Nathan
I saw it
spoiled me.
last
I
night.
can't believe Nathan spoiled me for it.
No, I asked
how
you before.
selfish. I can't
Before
believe-
I was like, do you want me to tell you stuff? And then you're like, yeah, tell me whatever. I don't care about Star Wars anymore anyway.
I did not say that. I said I don't care about spoilers because I don't care about spoilers.
Well, I won't say spoilers in this live stream because probably there's those who do want to watch it. But I will say my opinion of it, which is that this season was disappointing, to say the least. Like, I walked away from this finale feeling nothing. Like the other finales, even with Rings of Power, okay, at least stuff went down and you're like, oh, that was terrible. I was waiting for really good or really bad. Nothing happened. I got it from the TV, went downstairs, forgot about it.
So, I feel I haven't seen the finale, but everything up to where we're at. And I think there is a lot of really bad, but I just don't care. I expect it. It's dog crap. This is dog crap. Nothing surprising me of how bad they can go with it. And, they're basically replacing the main character. Yeah, of course, it's Disney. It's like, we will try and do a review, I think. I'll try and watch it tonight, and then maybe we can film a more in-depth discussion on it.
I was telling Nathan this. I've never deleted episodes of a TV show I've never done it. But lately with Star Wars, I've been doing it. Like, for example, with Book of Boba, I took the 2 Mandalorian episodes and I put them in my Mandalorian folder. They're not even in the Book of Boba anymore. With things like the Mandalorian this season, I am deleting 3 episodes because I do not want them. I don't care about them. They add nothing to the story. On top of that, we've got things like Kenobi. I think I deleted 4 episodes out of that. I think I only got 2 episodes of Kenobi in the Kenobi folder.
And bear in mind, Tyranth is a mega Star Wars fan.
I've never done this with any other show, ever.
Wow.
But it's just they keep putting these episodes where I'm like, I don't want this, delete. This adds nothing.
Oh, gosh. Oh.
Episode 7 was good, though. I like episode 7 was good, yeah?
Hang on, of Mando?
Yeah.
What happens? Which one is that?
That's
when
the
they go
most
back
recent
to-
one, the one that you've seen, the last one you saw.
When they unite the clans and then they go back to Mandalore.
None of it's good.
Careful now, Shad. We gotta see Mandalore.
Check your fanboyness, Tyranth. Check yourself.
I'm sorry, what? Mario, what? You want to...
Finally, okay. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
That is fair.
I love it. I needed a box of popcorn. I was like, continue, guys. Go. We'll get to the super chats now, everyone. Thank you for joining us. But we're not done because, yes, we're going to hang out with you guys, get through the super chats and stuff. And so you got to see Mandalore, hey? Is that?
Yeah, it's like seeing Clone Wars live action. It's really good.
But it's like they didn't do anything.
Yes.
And they're
It was
dumb.
just like,
Yes.
They're really stupid.
Yes.
There's too many of them. Go away. And then he takes them all out himself. And then one person...
I have to wait until I watch the finale myself. Just to... Everything he's told me is sound very mid. That's what you said, right? It was very mid. but I haven't seen it yet.
Oh
so
no, the door comes down. We can't get to them. What? I can't get through them. I won't use the dark saber. That can. I won't just. Oh no, now it's up. But we got to escape, and I'll just use it to cut through the back one. So I could have cut through the front one at any time.
There's stuff I can't spoil because finale. There'll be things where you'll just go, huh? All right. Alrighty then. Makes no sense, but I guess that's now just canon.
Alrighty, we shall get to the super chats.
All right, Darren Cameron for $1.99 starts off with saying language. That's when we're testing the bleep filter. So
Shad was swearing.
yeah.
I have a potty mouth. I say damn and hell.
You know what's funny? There was once a video that we did for Night's Watch, and I put a bleep over one of Shad's words.
Yes, I was deeply offended, Tyranth.
And he wanted me to remove it.
Because actually, it looked like I did say something because you did that. I was offended. Deeply offended, Tyranth.
He did say a bad word. It just wasn't like...
Well, I don't know what,
You said like crap or something like that.
Oh, crap.
Like, this is bull crap.
Like I said, look, I have a potty mouth. What can I say? Like I say hell and damn and crap. Oof.
We've got to censor those in post.
All right, next two ones are from Doge050 for €2.95 euros. First one was finally figured out how to do super chat.
You did! You found it out, sir! Yes!
Well
Thank
done!
You. Awesome.
And then he said, greetings from a drink with Crazy, by the way.
Royce! How are you, mate? Thank you. Good to see you.
David Green for $5. I demand justice for what you did to Frederick Shad.
Frederick.
You call yourself a knight after doing that
I know.
to your steed.
This is deep, deep lore. You are a true fan. If you remember Frederick, and we should always remember Frederick.
Please don't do that sound again.
What sound?
Nothing.
This sound?
Sorry, what?
Frederick.
The next one's from Cameron. 2199's about Twilight. I am so happy Disney is adapting my Twilight fanfic.
Is that the one with Blade? Because have you seen that picture where it's like, you know, the scene where Blade is standing behind Bella and Edward? It's like.
And the next one he said, more Twilight deep dives.
See,
We're going to review the TV
Cameron.
show when it comes out, aren't we?
yo, hell yes. We're going to do it. You know what'd be funny, right? It'll end up being one of the better written shows because everything else has become so crap. If they just maintain Twilight quality, it'll be the best thing on TV.
That's like our last reviews of what, Velma? And then we reviewed
Yes.
Twilight and like, Twilight was really good. It was
That's
fantastic.
the best marketing currently to be able to do a Twilight adaptation. They're very smart. They know what they're doing.
I'm going to really need a mental health day. For that. No.
Jared Bixler for $5. Shad, you could be the next face of Old Spice since you look just like Terry Crews.
Look, what can I say? I say we got a lot of similarities. When I look at Terry Crews, I see myself. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Memes, please. People, I would like you to make memes now of Shad Terry Crews.
I can't wait.
Wonky Man for £2. Is Warwick Castle on your list of castles to visit?
Very well, maybe. I have to check the list because we have to be selective. Bodiam is definitely on this. I gotta go see Bodiam Castle. And Carnarvon might be too far away. There's so many I'd love to see. There's just so many castles.
I wouldn't mind going to a castle. I don't think I've ever been to one.
Well, we live in Australia.
Yeah. Yes, Chad. Yes. But
You've been to Crow Castle?
I haven't been there. I was
It's not
going to go
really,
one
it's-
time, but I never went. I was like, But
I'll make some castles. If you can't get to the castles, I'll bring the castles to the people.
yeah.
That's right.
I've been to some castles in Germany. Went to some ruins.
Was it good?
Yeah, actually, it was really cool. I
I'm
remember
so jealous.
there was one, and like inside it had like all the weapons.
An armory, yeah.
They had
They
the
usually have
armor.
armory,
They had the like punishments for women who talked too much. They had to put masks on them to like seal their mouth, and you had like little miniature. It was great. It was
Those
awesome.
ones you need to double check because there are some torture devices and stuff like that actually come from later, and they get ascribed to the medieval period. Like the whole witch burning phase and stuff is actually more later, then
But no, I remember watching all the weapons and my dad looking at me and goes, wow, we're really great at killing people, aren't we?
we are phenomenal
Like,
at it.
he's like, look at all these pointy sticks that all find different ways to end a life.
the pointy stick is the greatest weapon. I've been saying for a long time.
Yeah, castles are cool.
Castle's great.
Lyle Hammock for $20. I wouldn't put much into the One Piece screening leaks. It's all coming from one guy on Twitter who is 99% of the time. Who is 99% of the time.
Doesn't show evidence. And
Doesn't
is just trust me, bro. Also, Oda himself is in control of the series. Look, we'll have to wait and see. It could very well be the case.
I mean, you're not wrong. For sure, you're not wrong. But also the person that came out defending it was also source, trust me, bro. Like, they're both just trust me, bro. So, I mean...
Until I see a trailer and...
Yeah.
And I know one that I'm more inclined to distrust, but we will see.
Yes. Ostsan for $5. 100% with Shad on this. I'm not playing myself. I'm playing the game's protagonist.
That's fine. But what about
What if
the
it's
game?
Nathan Drake? Huh? You still going to play it then?
Yeah, he's not playing himself. He's playing the game's protagonist, which is Nathan Drake.
What about a game that doesn't have a protagonist? It has
Elden
character
Ring.
creation.
Well, then you're not playing a protagonist.
So you
Okay,
create
this is
your-
going to
I
go on
thought
for
you
a
were
very long
referring to a
time.
game that actually doesn't have a protagonist. I don't know, like Tetris.
I don't know who. Do you play as a woman when you play Tetris?
No, I don't. Because there's
These
no,
are women's hands. I'm just.
I don't envision myself as the character
Right.
when it's got a female protagonist.
Okay.
Yeah, like many people don't either.
Okay.
Yeah. And to always envisage yourself as the protagonist, I'm looking slyly.
Yeah, that's what games are for.
All right, next one. Kyle Howard for $10. Usually in my RPGs, I like to sometimes play myself or play other genders, other choices to see more of the game. Like, for example, I played through Mass Effect multiple times with both genders.
Yeah. Sometimes people like to do both.
Replay value, I get that. Storyteller Island for $2. Greetings, Lord Shad, Baron of the Shadlands.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Scotty Orange for $5. What alignment and class do you all think Shad would choose if he had to make a character of himself? Includes what Shad thinks.
All right, come on.
Wait, what's this for?
Alignment.
Or I think you'd be very much like your D&D character you did in our roleplay of, everything's trying to kill you, and you would be sneak attack a lot of time, and then you'd be like, I did it! I killed the monster!
Some type of fighter, ranger, hybrid.
Yeah.
Like when someone offers you bread and they're threatening you in a little shop.
That was a different character. So the alignment, though. I'm interested in the alignment. See, I used to be. I know what I say. I don't want to take your impressions.
You know more about this than us, especially we're talking about role playing.
Well, I think the good alignment is pretty clear, but as to what level of good, I used to be more lawful good, but with how trustworthy our fair leaders have been, I have been edging towards more chaotic good these days.
Yeah.
And so, but I still have the part of me that wants to respect the law as much as I feel is moral to do so. So I guess I'd be neutral good at the moment right now. I'd be neutral good.
Fair enough.
I would say chaotic good.
Yeah, I was about to say
Like,
chaotic good. Like,
just because
chaotic.
you want to think you're neutral, but then something happens, like, when we have certain topics of things, then all of a sudden...
You're too chaotic.
But I do try and maintain a certain measure of order and process as well.
Yes,
I think I lead in a more orderly way.
Very chaotic.
Chaotically orderly way.
Chaotically orderly.
Same thing,
Yes, yeah. You probably have a point there.
Like, you'd be in between if it was like a grid or whatever.
I'm certainly not the one who likes to schedule stuff.
Everything's on a spectrum.
Yeah, so chaotic good might actually be still a very good fit. It's around that. What about you guys? Tyranth is chaotic evil. We know that.
Yeah. I ain't even gonna argue that. Yeah, sure.
Nah, is more chaotic good around there. Actually,
I mean, when we get to those Christmas parties, I am chaotic evil.
Last time you're like, so Nathan, watch this.
But Nathan is lawful good, just all the way. Except when he's on the road, he's the speed demon.
Got to get home. Got to get to work.
What would you say, Nathan?
I don't know.
Hufflepuff.
Have you done the test?
You
have. That hesitant is you have, and you don't want to say.
Okay, no, because it was in high school, and obviously I picked the answers that I wanted to get the answer that I wanted.
Oh, you need to do a current test to find out.
Yeah, we do.
I wanted to be Slytherin, and I got what every time I mention it, people are like, "Of course you would have been in that house. It's just a given." I was a Ravenclaw, and people are saying it just absolutely. How could I not be anything other than a Ravenclaw? And I guess people are aware of the types in the house better than me. I'm happy with Ravenclaw. I can accept it as like, okay, Ravenclaw, they're not bad. Still want to be Slytherin.
I just think the housing system's kind of
Tyranth
dumb.
totally got Slytherin. He was like, Malfoy with the hat before it even touches Slytherin. It's instant.
I just want to be. I'm fine with being Slytherin, but I'll be different and I'll wear red for my Slytherin outfit. It's okay.
I don't know if they'll forgive you for that.
Too bad. I'm chaotic,
Anyways, there's that one. Haycra for $5 said Captain Marvel took Black Widow's place in between Avengers movies. This is unforgivable.
Agreed.
I think it would have been a lot better to have that movie in between because of what happens.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. I didn't know if it's discussion. Sometimes there isn't. I gotta wait sometimes.
We always talk about Marvel, Nathan.
Wuzimu for $10. Greetings from God's country, the America Midwest. Lol, cheers.
Lol, cheers to you, man. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Irham Amin for 50,000 of a currency, I don't know.
IDR.
Rupees.
Thank you.
I'm with you, Shad. I always roleplay as...
As a woman.
as a woman.
Well, I think we can to say he always plays as a 500-pound sassy black woman if possible, especially on Elden Ring.
You know what's funny?
You do what you like.
My Elden Ring character just looks like me. Identical.
I could guess that.
Looks good.
Because
looks good sitting on that throne there.
Next one from Eska Stelmia for $5. I don't play myself, even in my fave game, Bloodborne. I never liked self-inserting when I could come up with my character's personality.
Exactly. And I think maybe there are different personality types that prefer different styles. I'm a writer. I love creating characters. I always love creating a wide range of characters and seeing those characters in great, fun, exciting worlds and watching them do cool things and stuff. And so it increases the playability on a lot of games. Like Dragon's Dogma, I just replayed that so often with just a different character type and playing through with the different, pretending that would do different things, different combat styles and everything. And new character.
You see, I like to think that I'm fairly consistent across the multiverse. So if you go to a different universe, you're going to find just me. It'll be me in every single one. So when I play games, it's just me.
Well, there are two types of multiverse things. There's where you find yourself and you look completely different, but then there's when you find yourself and you look exactly the same. So your multiverse, it's always the same.
Yeah, even if it's like a cat people universe,
Yeah.
it'll just be me.
No cat ears at all.
I'll have the cat ears. It'll just still
you're
be
the
me.
only non-furry in a furry universe.
I'm Tyranth Prime. I am one.
Iron Garrison for $10 said, Shad, don't ever change, lol.
I want to say I won't, but you just can't predict the future.
Well, lately you've had a bit of growth.
Have I?
Yeah. Like yesterday you were
Like
like,
my hair? My hair.
yesterday you're like, well, I don't want to do some crazy topics on the main channel anymore. We want to keep that for Night's Watch because it's for you guys now. That was awesome because you did the AI art stuff.
But then I also said, don't hold me to it.
This is true. There was a but.
There was a distinct but. I will make the final
But the fact
choice.
that you're like, yeah, but I should probably put that on Night's Watch now because it's Night's Watch.
See, that's
great. That's awesome.
lawful good.
Still chaotic because there's still that chance.
Yeah. See? There's the but. There's always the but.
Yeah.
But you have also been far more relaxed lately. So you have
Have
been
I?
out, well, yeah.
Oh, I haven't noticed.
Yeah, no, I think this week you've been,
Well, this week in particular, because I'm not dead.
Yeah.
Like,
But even the last couple of weeks, you've been writing and you've been able to be more relaxed.
trying to.
And, everything's going all at once. So we've been doing that instead. We're all everything's going all at once.
So I've passed on the stress to them.
Yeah.
But I tell you, look, one thing I can absolutely confirm, having all the supporters and stuff like that, giving us more financial security, oh boy, has that relieved a lot of stress and concern and stuff. It's like, oh, I can't express, like literally, now if a video does a little underperforms, doesn't matter. Before, back if it underperforms, it's like nails on, oh gosh. We can weather that so much more easily thanks to our supporters like you, like genuinely. And so, yeah, that has had I can absolutely confirm, has had a massive.
And in terms of content, like the quality of content, the next like 3 weeks are like packed full of crazy good videos. This weekend's video is a big one. Next weekend's video is a big one. The weekend after that is a really big one as well. So like the content is good.
Yeah, and we got great content already filmed for Night's Watch in the pipeline.
We got some views.
We got some
A bit spicy.
Yeah, I wasn't in them because I want to be in them.
All right, next one's from Scotty Orange for $5 who said extra for more elaboration with the whole talking about
Right.
what gender you play when you play video games. I think we elaborated enough for now. Storyteller Nyon for $5.
I think Nylon.
Nylon?
Nylon.
Nylon?
Yeah.
Nyon. As a what?
Where did you get that from?
Nyon?
It's
Because in Hungarian.
N-Y-L-A-N.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll do it in the Arnold Schwarzenegger and Storyteller Nylon.
Who said, as a consummate TTRPG player, namely Vampire the Masquerade, I've played men, women, modern day, classic period. It's roleplay that you play.
It's a role that you play.
It's a role that you play.
This is correct. Though, again, in direct roleplay, because you act out the character, I play men more often. Yeah.
But you...
I played a woman, yeah.
No, okay. No.
You wear a wig?
What?
Did you wear a wig?
No,
Wig
I
and
didn't.
girly voice at all?
So you weren't,
I did do the voice.
you weren't committing. You weren't committing to your character.
No, I'm just not that invested, you know.
Oh, well, I mean,
So if Tyranth did it...
we've played a cogent game before, and you were very committed to your character, so much so the game ended. But when it's a woman, you didn't want to commit as much?
No, I didn't. I must be sexist.
Where's the passion, Shad?
Yeah, I
Where's the
know.
passion?
See, Tyranth is saying if he played a woman, he would really get into the role.
Well, I wouldn't, to start with. Right, that's
But
it.
if you did,
I wouldn't.
this is the standard he would hold himself to. It's good to know.
I just wouldn't, because I'm consistent with this. You want to go to this one?
Evan Free Nunn for $10. I'm not worried about my character's butt, but how cool they look. And in instances...
But the butt is part of how cool they look.
But in the instances where the game is first person, like Destiny, you're not looking at a butt 24/7. So the justification for it is interesting there.
It is
It
interesting.
is an interesting topic. Yeah.
Because
No,
Do you
your
like to
justification is
Do
interesting.
you like
there.
to look at man butt or do you like to look at
but like
woman butt?
I am playing a first person shooter,
Yeah.
and I see like
Hands. You see
hands that are feminine
holding it.
hands with like little nail polish or whatever. I don't like that. I need manly hands. I need to see some manly hands.
I love how you're
gripping that gun.
Nathan needs some manly hands.
I love how you've turned this like we're the weird one.
called talent.
Okay, the next one is from Joshua Hilton Bright, who we got more of this for $10. For me, it depends on the voice acting. For example, Cyberpunk 2077, I play V as a man, but for games where I'm not interested in the story, I play female.
Hashtag.
Hashtag peace and quiet.
I'm not laughing at that joke. That is not.
It's not a good joke. It's not funny. Next one is from Story Island for $10. Shad, what are your thoughts on the, for lack of a better term, morality system in things like D&D, good and evil alignments? Personally, I think they're childish personal bias.
They're simplistic, and I think they work well enough for the game. I usually just... So with Cogent Roleplay, instead of giving alignments, we had you pick kind of characteristics or moods. Like, are they a happy person? Do they smile a lot? Are they bubbly or something like that? And then motivations, because even people that try to be good are capable of still doing horribly evil things. And if you're saying, if there was like a restriction in game to stop people, no, you can't do that because it's against your alignment. That's wrong, because, you know, the classic adage, the road to hell is paved with good intentions and stuff. People's morality is a vastly more complex thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is good because we were able to do whatever we wanted, basically. And
Encourage it, yeah.
Yeah, and then roll for it.
You didn't feel restricted to being chaotic, whatever,
Yeah.
or neutral.
As long as you play, like the goal, you play consistent with your character is the key. And sometimes your character might have a very strict moral thing, but then certain things they're willing to make exceptions for based on whatever justifications they have. And yeah.
And sometimes they don't. Continuing on.
Next one's from Patrick Bateman for $5. Have you guys checked out Casimir Ubansky's RPG Prudent channel or his
Pundit
channel or his old school role playing games?
I have not.
No, never.
Maybe we'll come across it in the future.
Maybe. Cameron for $1.99. Here's your farm money. Now go milk some kangaroos.
That would be an interesting thing.
Also,
Kangaroos are,
I wouldn't milk them. I'd eat them.
they don't taste that good. They're very gamey, very strong.
It's strong. I don't dislike it per se. There's better meat to eat. Great, but it's not unpalatable. It still can, salt, make it enjoyable. Add some flavor to it.
Not my first choice, basically. And I definitely wouldn't milk it. But then again, Shad doesn't mind role playing, so would you milk one?
Nah, I wouldn't.
All right, okay.
what does that have to do with it?
Yeah,
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Take a 610 for $5. Shad, can you tell which part of Australia someone is from just from their accent, such as Fringy, for example? Is it obvious he's from Adelaide?
I don't have enough, yes and no. Sometimes if it's pointed out, it's like, oh yeah, that does make sense. There's only one area where I can distinctly pick an accent, but because my mum grew up there, it's Port Pirie. They have a very distinct twang. But in terms of like Queensland to Victoria, I don't pick up on that too much.
I wouldn't say you can. I can't hear it. There's not really. It's usually what type of a person someone is. Like if they're from the deep country, they do have like deep. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, we had a good day today. We had some rain. They are very.
And I'm not actually too much of a fan of the Australian accent.
I'm not.
Yeah, I like the British accent. And we used to have a much stronger British accent in Australia. The Australian twang is only a more recent thing. If you go back, even 30, 50 years, right? And you hear radio broadcasts and interviews of people at the pub and stuff, they are British. They have just very straight accents. And so
It's probably our slang.
let's find our original identity as Australians. I'm just saying.
No, we'll create our own and become a republic.
I was just going to say I like that option.
Or embrace our heritage.
I'm good.
Monarchy, baby.
I'm good.
Swords, castles, bring them over to Australia.
We can do that. We don't need to.
The Republic. Republic with castles.
Yeah.
No, allied.
Anyways, random commenter for 1560. Irish wristwatch. Oh my gosh, why do you do this to me? Irish wristwatch. Here's your $12 plus YouTube's cut. Keep up the good work, fellas. Is the Titan sword actually a secret weapon for the next ostrich uprising? They're called emus.
Emus, yeah.
Emus. And yes.
Yeah.
They're still fighting it. People say we lost the war. No, the war hasn't ended. People just saying...
Just because they didn't win.
I didn't hear no bell.
Exactly. They're defeatists that say the war is... No. We are still waging it, all right? Emus are vile scum. We will deal with them, okay? And we still will are.
And we'll have a Titan Sword project update video.
Yeah.
Next
coming.
week?
No?
I mean,
Soon.
Just to let people know, right? Guns are ineffective against emus. That's why we got rid of them, okay? They don't do enough trauma damage, enough blood loss and everything, which is why we have to opt with swords. Swords are way more effective against them. If you ever fought an emu, you know. So.
They're bulletproof.
Yeah.
Jared Bixler for $5. He would like a...
Good Lord, I would love the farmstead content. We would love to give it to you.
Yes.
What?
Yes. I just blanked. I was just like,
What, did you have a stroke?
I remember I had an identity crisis. I was like, where am I? What is this place? Reading super chats? Okay. But thank you.
Farmstead content. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully one day.
I genuinely, and then he says, "Here's what I can give to help you make it happen." Like we've even bought a whole heap of fruit trees that we're waiting to be able to plant on the property and everything.
So we can test them for sword reviews and stuff, yeah?
No, to get fruit, grow to fruit, lovely fruit. And yeah, I want to build a house there, and then I want to do the whole thing, chickens and garlic patches and
Far down the line.
it is far down the line.
Because when you talk about these things, people think it's like, oh, you're doing it now.
Yeah,
It's
like I
no,
have
no,
heaps of money
no,
to do
no.
it now. These are just dreams. And we want to do like small little projects on the property. And my dad comes down, Granddad Jack and stuff to help us out, but we haven't had the money to do that. And so it's had to be on hold for a good while. Hope to get back to it if we keep pushing and keep making things grow.
There's attack from behind for $2 or $2.20. Christopher Judge as Cobra Bubbles.
He could do it.
And then Josh Kesley for $20. Thank you very much.
He donates $20. Thank you.
Chirot? How would you say that name?
Short? I don't know.
For $20, Gintama is the best live action adaptation of an anime.
I have to look it up.
Did they do a live action adaptation of that?
What is Gintama? I don't even.
It's a very unique flavored anime. It's not I personally like if it's one of those animes where it's very long, like 900 episodes, something like that.
Yeah.
But it's if you don't like the humor, you're not going to like the show. Basically, not that it's bad. It's just not to my personal taste. I didn't know they did a live action. I'm gonna have to look into this.
Well, hey, Japan does a lot of live action stuff that we don't see and you probably don't want to see.
Right.
Like when I was I visited Japan and on TV there was a live action Sailor Moon and it looked amazing.
Yeah.
Like the most fake blonde wig you could possibly imagine. Amazing.
So all in all, we all want to go to Japan. That's what I got from that
sounds great.
conversation.
Nick Brone for $5. Fire arrow video was really cool. I used to think that fire arrows were used all the time in medieval warfare. Never thought about the practical use.
We're very happy with that video.
Turns out they're really hard to make.
Yeah. They're good. That was a good video. That's good.
Yeah, it's good. Scotty Orange for $10. I want to hear the best use of the word crap you have. Hashtag keep crap alive.
Bull crap, the most common one that I do.
Oh yeah, sorry. We were going to say bull.
I don't think you synced it.
Did I sync it, chat?
I don't think you did. Dojo 5?
Yeah, Dojo.
Yeah.
For €2.49. I meant greetings from him. I'm not him, lol. I don't know. That was going too far back. And then Cameron said, keep ignoring Oz, read my comments instead.
Is Oz still in the chat?
I don't know. We don't ignore Oz.
Look, we don't ignore chat, just sometimes we get into conversations here. And so chat, you're there.
We see
we
ya.
read you, we pay attention, we just can't always respond to you because we're too busy talking about whether or not you should play a woman or a man.
Oh, look, someone says it was synced. You pulled it off.
Oh, good job.
Well done.
Thanks, guys. Next one is from One Sand for 20 euros.
No, that's Onisan.
Oh, Onisan.
Onisan.
Apologies.
Nisa.
Whoa, hang on. You never role play a girl and then you whip crap out like that?
That was a man voice.
Oh, yeah, sure, no.
Your Japanese voice is much higher.
You've shown that it seems oddly practiced and well.
No.
No, you switched before you. Onisan.
Nathan. Wow. Okay.
Arigato. I could be a anime girl, but they don't pay.
Hey, VTuber.
Yeah. A new channel, Nate Dog. VA.
But I'll do it so no one knows it, and then I'll
Yes.
secretly be like a million sub anime VTuber. Yes.
I am so confused about VTubers. It's hard to understand, but there is one VTuber that I can see the entertainment value in. Her name is Pippa Pipkin, and she did this stream on Hogwarts Legacy just to trigger people, and she like named it "I hate this franchise, but I hate people on Twitter more." And then she just trolls them, and it's like, okay, I see the value.
I don't understand VTubers. I don't understand ASMR. I don't understand people who play women in games. I just don't.
VTubers, they're only going to get bigger and more complex and more like in the parasocial. It's bizarre, and I'm not. This is why I'm confused. Because I don't think it's actually healthy or good for society necessarily.
No,
like
Oh, really?
the internet was a mistake, right?
It
And so
was.
I actually do feel social media is causing a lot of issues. YouTube contributes to it, but not as much as Twitter and Facebook and stuff, and parasocial relationships and people checking out of relationships and stuff like that, and VTubing and combining that with parasocial relationship kind of stuff. We already see like big problems with thoughism, the thought pandemic that we are under in these dark times.
And AI art is only going to make it worse.
I
like AI art.
No. Yes and no. It's the application of it.
bad.
It's the application of it in VTubing kind of stuff. Okay. And so, because I've always decried bad uses of AI art, but I've never said it's an inherently evil technology, just like the camera is not inherently evil, but it can be used for evil things.
True.
Yeah.
But the potential of fashion in AI art is very...
Yeah. We are in brave new world types of technology horizons, right? Because AI just flat is a more complex topic. Because AI art is not artificial general intelligence, okay? It's an algorithm that can make amazing stuff. But in terms of the progression of AI broadly, there are concerning things that people should be. And so what really should be is instead of just saying all AI bad, you should look at the specific applications and then determine what potential negative impacts it is. And the whole
Man, I'm having deja vu right now. Remember when I was having that conversation with Oz?
Yeah.
Me and Oz did like a thing on AI art. Yeah.
And the real concerning thing is the chat AI stuff that it's already at a point where it's hard to tell the difference between if it's a human or a person. And as soon as that gets combined with VTubing and you have artificial relationships, so you can program in the person that will adore you no matter what and say the perfect things, everything like that. That is brave new world stuff of not good stuff. We need people to have human relationships and get along with people and not get consumed into an artificial reality. Yeah. And
that's a lot of effort, so it's easier to do it the other way. You want to continue on then?
Yes. So this, again, the Onisan for $20. I'm interested in your guys' opinion, but I don't want to spoil too much. Sony has yet again made the journey into work territory. Here's a hint. Lesbians in a game with robot dinosaurs and a certain red hair protagonist.
I've already seen where they were going with that franchise, and so I was checking out already.
It's never interested me.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I've never interested me.
We're clearly talking about Horizon Zero Dawn. I saw that they were already willing to make changes for nothing but appeasing, certain activists and ideologues. It's like, okay, well, screw it. I'm not interested.
Yeah, I just don't think any of us are interested in the franchise, to be honest. It's not something that...
Michael Dunaif for $10. Do you know anything about the classic high fantasy anime series Record of the Lotus War? It is a very similar aesthetic to Lord of the Rings, and I would love to see a live-action series of it.
I want to get...
Okay, so...
I own the DVDs. I want to go get it. Yes, I know Record of Lotus Wars. Friggin' brilliant, man. Hang on. Do I have... Because I have the manga. Oh! This is Record of Lotus Wars manga.
Can I say? I've never...
So this is an interesting one. It's actually a kind of like sequel spin-off to the original. Yeah. But... the original Record of Lotus Wars is so classic D&D roleplay type of stuff, and it's an anime, and it's brilliant. I love it.
Is it a good anime?
Yeah. Like the original. There's a lot of spin-offs that aren't as good, and they kind of animeify the classic roleplay stuff and make it a bit more wonky, crazy kind of its anime. They love making things more weird. But the original is really classic fantasy stuff where you got like a really rogue-looking rogue, the dwarf, the elf maiden, the human, a squire's aspiring to be a knight type of thing, and the evil villain. It's just gorgeous classic stuff. Oh, and the animation in the original is just mwah, chef's kiss gorgeous.
Sorry, I was watching some dude get his head cut off. And
It's catching your interest, is it?
yeah, keep going.
No.
Go.
I want it back now. I want it back. I haven't looked through it in a long time.
He wants a turn now.
Sure.
This is great stuff, though. This has great artwork. So yes, Record of Lodos Wars. In some areas, my nerd cred is just on point.
Do thumbs up on here.
Clip that. Someone clip that. Opus 4 for 100 DKK. Love your recent Fire Arrows video. Good stuff. Read Berserk and watch the 1997 anime. I think you'll like it. Winky face.
Good stuff.
Yeah, the Berserk is a journey that I see myself going down, but it's a big journey, so I'm pacing myself.
Senpai.
Say it properly.
Senpai.
There we go.
For $10. Disney keeps on killing franchises like Marvel and Star Wars. Do you think they will kill Kingdom Hearts?
If there's something that they haven't bastardized yet, they will. They are just doing things to any property that they can to get money from at any opportunity. And if it hasn't been abused and taken advantage of yet, it's on the chopping block. Just you wait.
Jung Wong for $5.
So just because on that, look, they're so desperate. They're even properties that are even not that old. Moana, live action adaptation of Moana. That's how desperate they are to abuse anything that hasn't had their grubby modern Disney claws in yet.
Jung Wong for $5. Record of the Lotus War was actually based on a D&D campaign.
Mm-hmm.
The pilot is basically animated Mari and with the red dragon instead of a Balrog. Moria.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, totally recommend. Original Record of Lodos Wars. Got a great elf character, got a great knight guy, got a great dwarf and everything. Awesome stuff.
Aliquis Vault Tiesis for $10. We need to make a Shad bingo game for the words and phrases he uses. Loathsome, utter crap, etc.
Loathsome. Yeah. Not always, but I certainly use it. I say that for the right times.
Judash for $5. Sword Art Online is just a remake of the Hack Sign. The live action Tron was better.
You had a very distinct sigh there.
Just as soon as anybody brings up Sword Art Online, I was like, I don't care. What are you talking about?
Disengaged.
Yeah.
Self-confessed cynic for $5. Hope you guys had a great Easter. It was great seeing it as a new member of the church.
Dude. Oh, yes, mate. Because I've meant, yes. I got your messages and stuff. Brilliant, dude. Hope things are going great.
Brian Grumps for $5. A distinct butt is what I look for in a woman.
He's talking about game characters, hopefully.
And is that butt supposed to be with a double T?
A distinct butt is okay.
Is what I look for in a woman.
You guys are going to do like proper grammar. It helps me if you add full stops and commas and. The Last Man, 1984 for $10. Greetings, Night's Watch. I recently rewatched Troy, the director's cut, and really enjoyed the fighting scenes. Really holds up today compared to current films.
They do. The Hector versus Achilles, one of my favorite live actions.
I have a full fight scene, autopsy on that.
Mm-hmm. I love his sword in it. I know it's not a very good, I wouldn't want to use that sword, but the Achilles sword, I just did.
Yeah. So it's unreasonably durable. Like that front wood stab he does into the shield, that with a bronze sword.
But also he's got when it comes with the curve, that's not sharpened. Sort of like on the Titan sword, how you got how it can rest on there. That isn't sharpened, so it's only the two tips that actually have sharp blades on them.
I need to have a look, I can't remember. It's still a great fight scene.
Random commenter for $10. Emu hunting party in the Shadowlands?
We do it
Bounty accepted.
Yeah, every week. It's a common thing.
What do you think we did with the fire arrows? Those cows, we cooked up one and had one.
That's some nice, yummy burgers. If you walk into a dark room with a wood stove, oil lamp, and kerosene lamp, you only have one match. Which do you light first?
Wood stove, oil lamp, or kerosene lamp? Probably oil.
Oil has the highest chance of
catching.
and then people don't really know this about emus, but their meat is toxic and their blood is acid. They are basically
It's like predator.
Yeah, or aliens, you know, these xenoforms. Basically, that's what they basically are. People, they just don't know how freaking deadly they are. They're bulletproof. They're toxic.
We've also got the drop bears. You know, we got a lot.
We're in Australia, okay? Australia is like, you know, the cursed lands of Earth. Or, you know, in fantasy we have the cursed lands.
Yeah, we are in the cursed lands.
The bad lands.
Yeah.
That's just Australia.
Next one's from Iron Garrison for $100. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right, my bad.
You even got Tyranth to like...
I've been sitting down for too long. I'm tired, but I'm spazzy at the moment. I'm both.
$100 a Tyranth's like, I'm going to knock everything. Here is to those spicy future videos and your castle. Also, I rephrase my statement. You can change it if you want. Just keep being you. Love you and the Knights. Brother, you got an awesome team. But what about dragons? What about dragons?
Great question. And yeah, we do have a very awesome team. We appreciate you, man.
And then Judash did 2 super chats for $5 each.
Yeah, I appreciate everyone who super chats. Genuinely, $1. You're all very, very generous. I do have to give particular, thanks to the people who do it. $100. That's a lot of money. And so everyone, Iron Garrison, and multiple people do like these big super chats. That's just so generous. And thank you to everyone. And of course, everyone who donates anything at all. It's amazing. We really appreciate you all.
Anyway, Judah, who did 2 super chats. The Admiral Roaming Current 2014 had explosive arrows. It's a Korean film and enjoyable.
So Korea did have access to, gunpowder and other elements. So depending on the period, I could see it possibly being accurate.
Yeah, I'd love to test explosive arrows. You see, if we do that, we get arrested. So we can't do that.
We need to get an explosive expert, someone who actually has piece of paper that says,
I can do it.
I can blow stuff up legally.
I can do it, just not legally.
Like, people who do fireworks. How do you get that job?
We might be able to look up how to get those licenses because we are a production company.
Yeah.
And so
that'd be awesome to be trained.
Because there are exceptions in the law to allow production companies to have and do certain things.
Like blow stuff up. Mm-hmm. And the second one was I started watching more foreign films because of Disney, so I thank them for encouraging me to find good movies. Our next one is from Karnak Ketrel for $2. Neo-Sama is an AI chat via YouTuber. It's too late.
But what I'm saying, it'll get bigger and more complex and more customizable. And
I think
like that.
To the part where you cannot recognize whether or not they're a person. Mm-hmm. Or like...
Well, I mean, a lot of people are empty. To be honest. So.
Where certain chat AI seem to act more human than a lot of people.
I was out at dinner the other night and I watched people and they just kept eating from the same spoon back and forth. And I was really confused.
That's just a sign of the simulation.
Yeah. I saw Black Cat twice.
We're starting to break the fourth wall in our own reality and realize how much of a simulation we truly are in. You think the Matrix was just fiction?
But just go watch any Mark Zuckerberg ad on anything.
The simulation is running so much that the artificial intelligence in certain, they're starting to break down and we're seeing the holes.
Have you seen the clip where Mark Zuckerberg and some lady are like testing out VR sort of stuff and they can go anywhere in the world and they go to like a part of the world that has like had a flood or a major, like something's just happened and they're like VR there and like, so guys, look, we're testing out our VR. Oh, what's happening around us? Oh, it looks like there's been a flood.
There are children dying in the background. Wow, this is really immersive.
Well, VR is amazing. Yeah. Orders Millant for $5. Recommendations on where to buy an authentic pole axe or pole hammer.
Cold Athena.
Cold Athena's usually got you covered.
Yeah.
Doge 050 for €250. Opinion. I can never say the
Capybaras.
Capybaras. Greetings from the Netherlands.
don't know what that means.
They're the biggest rodent on Earth.
Don't you know? People love them.
Do they?
Yeah.
Hang on, biggest rodent on
Yeah,
Earth?
yeah.
I
They're
thought-
part of like the rodent family,
No,
and they're huge.
emus.
This is-
They're our rodent.
But this is a
They look tasty, kind of like a pig, a furry pig.
I'm good, man. I don't want that.
I'll stick to my pork, thank you.
Come on, Tyranth. I thought you of all people would be on board with just slaughtering and eating a game that you can find.
Would you eat a rat?
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
really?
Yeah.
Ah, be a man.
I mean, hey, I'm fine with eating horses and crocodiles and kangaroos. I just don't want to eat the animals I don't want to eat.
Totally eat, a well-made
I-
rat burger.
I arbitrarily draw the line where I draw it. That's it.
It's just a squiggly line that goes around different animals. John K for $5. Greetings, gentlemen. Shad, can you please suggest shops to buy quality replica swords, historic fantasy? Would we say Cult of Athena as well? But
Cult of Athena just sells replicas as well.
Yeah, they have the battle
both.
ready and then
Yeah.
the normal one.
I mean, look, there's some of the. I've dealt with different sword retailers. Cult of Athena is the most harmless process of getting the swords to your door. I've dealt with companies that like demand your license and stuff, and I was like, I'm not giving you my friggin' license. Get me out of there. And then people and retailers in Australia are just really hard to deal with because they're so afraid of like selling to the wrong people and potentially getting sued and stuff. Cult of Athena, straightforward. They handle their own legalities. They trust the customer. They handle your own end, and then you buy it. They send it to you. Great range.
Yeah, I was about to say they also have a pretty good, like diverse range of different weapons from different periods, stuff like that. Yeah, I'll take off. It's pretty good.
Taker 610 for $2 said any Shad plush has to say it's friggin' crap.
I don't think it'll say that, but there might be something on the right. Who knows? Who knows? There might be. Just pay attention. Who knows? Who knows?
11 Bang Bang for $5. Check out an old cartoon called Stick to Tivy. It's from Disney's back when they were based on about Roberts de Bruce. It even has relations.
Really? Okay. Stick to Tivity. Interesting. Never heard of it.
Random commenter for $2. I'd probably start with the match emu hunt equals experience.
Lots of experience from bagging one of those. So yeah.
FDSKO Dakuren for €6. One of my favorite animes is called Gate, where in the modern day opens up a portal to a fantasy world, and after attack on Tokyo, the JD
Japanese
self-
Self-Defense Force.
Force.
Defense
Yep.
Force.
is going in.
So I haven't watched Gate, heard a lot about it, and because I figured that I'm rarely ever going to get the time to watch the whole thing, I've watched summary. There's channels that just give summaries of animes and go through the plot, and so I actually know a decent amount of what happens in Gate, and it looks fun. It looks fun. It's classic anime where they go to the fantasy world, and he just runs into anime girls and stuff, but there's a bit more grounded in the Japanese Defense Force element where an army come in and they just blow them apart with modern day artillery and gunfire and things.
Do you want to get to the last one?
Which one?
There's two left.
Okay.
So Doge050 for €250. Jokes on you guys. Australia's not on Earth.
How does he know this?
Yeah.
I know, we're on the space station.
Yeah.
It's all fake. It's all green screen. It's all an Unreal Engine
But
5.
joke's on him. That's just reality generally. And it's already starting to peak out.
And then the final one from Mr. Gentleman for $5. There are some good fights with... Let me try that again. There are some good sword fights with good techniques, but I have rarely seen anyone ever say a battlefield fight was decent outside Helm's Deep. Thoughts?
No, there are some good battlefield, fights like separate to Helm's Deep. I think the King. No, not the King. The King's crap. The Outlaw King. The Outlaw King has a pretty good fun one. And I'll probably think of a couple of other references that have really fun battle scenes. Can't really think of from the top of my head, but yeah. And we are up to date on the super chats. Thank you everyone joining us on these very fun streams. We have heaps of fun hanging out with you guys, going through some of the news items that probably don't, we don't get to, or they're not meaty enough to do a dedicated video. But we have dedicated videos coming out as well. We appreciate you all, and as always, stay on watch. Bye.